Hey guys, it's me. It's Queen Elsa Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to somebody else who may be interested in the topic as well. Also, if you have time, drop us a comment in the comment section. All comments are always welcomed. Well, not all of them, but the kind ones are always welcome. All right, guys. First and foremost, I want to tell you on Saturday, I will be doing the next episode of The Witch Trials. So if you are a patron and you're wondering when the next one is coming out, it's coming out on Saturday afternoon. I haven't decided on the movie yet, but that's what I'm going to do it. Number two, on Sunday, this Sunday coming up, I am going to do a live discussion. It's actually, I think, live discussion number 9 or 10, but it's the last one because we are done with our book, Being Me, Loving You by Marshall Rosenberg. We are on the last couple of pages. So if you're reading along with me, I stopped at page 54. So for the rest of the week, I'm going to continue 54 to the end. So if you want to, please read the rest of the book. And on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, join me right here and we'll chat about it. And I'll tell you about the next book. I did a poll to see what the next book should be and let you guys pick the next book. The next book is about dating. It's about Aquarius and dating specifically. So this should be interesting. So I'll tell you more about that on Sunday. And in the community section, I will post a reminder for this one. And I will post what that new book is for those of you who can't meet us on Sunday. All right. So now I'm going to have a discussion with you about something that a pagan asked me. A young lady who was just, learning Wicca, getting into paganism, just trying to learn at this point. She told me that she was reading about love spells. And love spells are probably the most commonly executed spell out of all of them. Love spells, money spells, healing spells, protection spells. Those are the top 4 kinds of spells that most of us, not all of us, that most of us do. So she came to me and said that she had been reading about love spells and she wanted to know, are they immoral? Is it immoral to cast a spell on someone that will make them fall in love with you? And I told her, I said, you got to look at it from a couple different angles. Number one, for it to be immoral, it would have to say that you are taking someone's free will. Now, I personally don't believe you can take someone's free will. That's why it's called free will. Free will has to be freely given. So I feel this way. A lot of other, magic workers will disagree with me. But basically, I feel as though you can't take another person's free will. Anytime I've seen someone do a love spell on a person, the person already liked or was interested in that person. I never saw somebody do a love spell on somebody who did not know they existed and them run to the person and fall in love with them. Not to say that it never has happened, to say I've never seen it. So in my opinion, I feel like you already have to have some feeling, something, some affirming kind of feeling for that person, for the love spell to work in the first place. And like I said, I don't believe you can take a person's free will from them. Free will has to be, again, freely given. So that would give you the impression that my answer to the question is no, that it's not immoral. So I'm going to go along with that. I don't think it's immoral, in that sense. And immoral meaning inherently evil or wrong. No, I don't think it's immoral in that sense, like I said. But I do have a problem with it. Now, mind you, I just told you I've done probably hundreds of love spells. And this is my problem with it. My problem with love spells is that you have used your manifestation abilities to draw this person towards you. And I'm okay with that, especially if they already like you anyway, because this is my theory. But my problem with it is that I don't want somebody who came to me because I drew them to me. I want them to come to me on their own. So for me, it's not a matter of morality. It's a matter more of perspective of what I actually want from the person. I don't want the person to be with me because there was a spell put on them that drew them towards me. I want them to be with me because they were crazy about me and couldn't live without me without magic. You see? Like it's just something that they felt inside of them and they were just like, I have to have this person. I want that kind of vibration. I don't want somebody that I basically had to drag towards me. I want somebody who is hungry for me. You know what I mean? That's what I want. So that's my only real problem with them. And another thing I'm going to tell you is that, and these are my favorite love spells. My favorite love spells are the ones where it's not on a specific person. And these are actually the majority of the ones that I do. You don't have to put a love spell on a person. You can do a love spell to help you open up to love and draw the right person to you. This is the one I always recommend to my clients. Instead of, fixating on one person that you like or think you want and drawing them to you, why don't you just work with the universe through the love spell and through the love of attraction and vibration and all those things to draw the right person to you? You see? Because you might, for example, want to put a love spell on your baby's father or your baby's mother. Let's give that for example. And you do the spell and then end up with this person and realize this is not the person that's right for you. There was a reason why they weren't coming forward. They're not the right person for you. So now you've manipulated the energy and made them come towards you. So you got what you want, but did you really get what you wanted? You see? And that's the problem a lot of people go through with love spells. I've done several love spells for a person, and then the person come back to me months or years later and ask me to reverse it. Why? Because they didn't want the person anymore. Okay? The first love spell I ever did was for me. And I've told you guys about this before. I did this love spell on this guy that I liked, and by the time the spell worked, I didn't want him anymore. And I had moved on to another person, and he wouldn't leave me alone for years. And I was too naive to know how to reverse a spell. At that time, I was just a novice. That was my first spell. Of course, an Aquarius. And what am I? A third decan Aquarius. Of course, my first spell is a love spell. Anyway, so I did the stupid spell, and it worked, and I couldn't get rid of this fool because I didn't know how to reverse it. I finally figured it out years later, and that's when the energy completely broke. But for years, he was looking for me, calling me. I mean, I was in a relationship with another person, and he was calling our house, knowing that I was in the relationship. Did not care. No repercussions mattered. So the point of the matter is that many times when you do the spell on a specific person, you find yourself not really wanting that person, or you get the person and it's not a happy situation. So I always tell these things to my clients before we even go down this road. And then they say, well, what would you do if you were me? And I say, okay, I would work with love spells and love work and love vibration and law of attraction for love and all those kind of things. But I wouldn't put a specific person on it. I would just work to get myself open and get myself ready to receive the person. And then the work that I did, the magical work I did, would be to draw the right person to me. You see? So you're not focusing on one person who may or may not be right for you. You're opening yourself up to receive that vibrational energy from the person who is right for you. And it might be more than one person. You might come across more than one, and you got to narrow it down and pick the one that you want, But that's still better because they've come to you, and the energy isn't somebody that you dragged. All you do in that case is open yourself up to receiving the love. So you didn't drag this person from their porch into your into your bedroom. You use the magic to open yourself up so that the vibration could draw the right person to you. And I always recommend that. I like that method. That's the method that has worked best for people who've used it. But yeah, I have had clients, because I don't think I have any right now, but I have had clients who wanted me to do a spell on a particular person. And we did do the spell on the particular person. And in almost all those cases, either they got with the person or they came back to me and asked me to get rid of the person. One of the two. So, no, they're not immoral, but yes, they can be problematic. And no, I don't recommend them in that way, simply for the reasons that I stated. Will it work out? In some cases, the person, yeah, it will work out. And in some cases, like I said, you'll fall flat. So that's the truth about love spells. Different people will tell you different things based on their own personal beliefs, and that's okay too. But she asked me for my opinion, and here it is. Okay? All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So come back soon because I have a lot more to say. See you later.